everybody, what is up? Welcome back to another hashtag Lockboss show and giveaway. Thank you everyone, I can't talk all of a sudden, for tuning in. And I tell you what, we have a jam-packed show today. Of course, like always, not only are we going to have a bunch of fun, learn something, but we're also going to be announcing this week's 5 lucky Lockboss winners. So hope all of you are having a great Tuesday. Of course, I'm here drinking Topo Chico. So cheers to all of you out there who are drinking it as well. All right. So I tell you what, guys, before we get started here, how about that Julio video? Was that funny or what? I love the bloopers. By far, my favorite part was when Julio went to put the key into program, but the key wasn't cut. So how good is that? I tell you what. Yes, Pouncer Min, yes, this Topo Chico is cold. I mean, I love, I don't know if you can see it on there. Probably not. But, man, it's delicious. I tell you what. I tell you what. All right, so hey, we're going to start off. Off the back up a second here. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to start off the show here, and we're going to be bringing on Wes with Lock Caddy. So let me go ahead and bring him on here, and I'm excited to have him on. Here we go. Wes, thanks for joining.
Thanks for having me, PJ. Appreciate it.
Yes, Wes, I'm excited. I think it was about a year ago, actually, at the last Aloha show that we had met. We had booths right next to each other.
Sure.
And we always talked about having you come on live. And after your video this past week, I'm like, hey, what a great time to have you come and hang out on live with us.
Great. I've been doing this for about 40 years, and I'm telling you, I don't necessarily want to call me a big mouth, but I've always appreciated communications with people and learning what their needs are and learning myself on locksmithing or, whatever the topic is. So what I kind of want to show you today, and the people that are online here, is where Lock Caddy came from and how it kind of evolved, and really how diligent you have to be to bring out a product line. And I'm going to say, number one, I'm absolutely proud of saying that everything I sell is all American made. Okay? We have a facility in Evanston, Illinois, right beside Northwestern University. Go Wildcats. It's everything's American made, quality control. And frankly, if you see any of my tools, you will certainly probably say first thing, boy, a lot of thought went into this tool. Okay, so what I kind of first want to show you is, and I apologize, I'm a storyteller. You ask me what time it is, and I tell you how to build a watch, so I apologize right up front. Here is get it all, see if I can get it in here. Here is the original Lock Caddy. Okay, if you can kind of see the profile, this is from a door casing from my brother-in-law's renovation in his kitchen. Okay, and I was making these things out of wood on a table saw in his garage. Okay, so you can kind of see where I was making grooves. You can kind of see circles and different, markings here of what I eventually wanted to do. So this is the original, hopefully going to a museum at some point in time, Lock Caddy that I was using to do small format, best type of key systems. I do a fair amount of that for the folks in the Chicago marketplace. Okay, so this was the original Lock Caddy. Okay, now
No, Wes, sorry to interrupt you here for a second, but I just want to say that, hey, anyone who is watching and has a question for Wes, go ahead, pop it in the chat. And then at that point, I have Megan's watching, or Julio, and she will text them to me and I'll ask. So sorry about that. What I'm going to do here too, Wes, I'm going to pull myself off the screen so you have a little wider area where you can show your tools, okay?
Okay. Cool. So again, this is the original Lock Caddy. You can kind of see some of the original markings over here where I wanted to put in certain tools, tweezers. So it's just not a holding fixture. There are locations for tools and parts and pieces. So this is the original one. Now, we probably had 9 versions before we had something sellable. And what I wanted to show you was, here is one of the version Lock Caddies that actually came apart. Okay, we kind of thought that you could build your own Lock Caddy. Boy, we're going to get this right. I'll probably get something seasick here. But this is the original, or one of the original Lock Caddies that we put pins in, so you could order some of these and some of those and build your own Lock Caddy type of thing. Okay, so that came out of our archives as far as being one of the 2nd or 3rd generation Lock Caddy that never actually came to marketplace, but I thought that would be interesting to show you. Okay, now here is, if you will, we'll do this, and I apologize. Here is the current version Lock Caddy as we know it today. Okay, it's 3D printed. It's quality material. It's probably close to 90% fill rate, meaning that there's 90% of the ABS material that is printed through here for strength. Okay, and frankly, for this type of tool, 3D printing is like the perfect format. Okay, I went through the time to check this out to be made on a CNC machine, whether it be aluminum or hardwood or something, and frankly, those tools would have been $1,000 to manufacture. Okay, so in today's marketplace, $69.95 is a great dealer price for this, Lock Caddy, and it has. We always made rolling changes where we made steel pins instead of plastic pins so that they're stackable. Okay, so this is the current Lock Caddy as we know it today. Now, through diligence, frankly, on my wife, what we ended up doing was we actually applied for a patent. Okay, and here it is. This is brand new to about 6 months ago. This took about a year and a half, and a lot of that had to do with COVID, that the tax or the patent examiners were working at home and had different workloads. So here is the actual patent that for $7,000, they tell you, here's what you get for your money, but here's the actual patent. Here is the drawings, and this is, each one of these locations, they call it stations. So there's 23 stations on the conventional, and there's all kinds of drawings have to happen, and artwork, as far as so that when they're looking at your patent application, they know exactly what you're talking about. So, and to be perfectly honest, in the last 8 months, I've had to defend the Lock Caddy patent 3 times. 2 were in the U.S. and 1 was in the U.K. People just frequently just were copying my products, and there's just way too much time involved for me just to ignore that. So that's what that comes from.
But if I could just kind of I'm just kind of honestly a little curious about that. I mean, you can say as much as you want or as little, but is that so you saw someone else making your design type of thing, and then you had to send them a cease and desist type of thing?
Yes, a number of customers were calling me saying, "Hey, you should look at your competition." And I said, "Excuse me?" And I went online, and something a little bit different, but they were Lock Caddies. So called the lawyer and I said, "Go get them." So they were like 2 letters that were sent to 2 younger locksmiths who had 3D printing capabilities, thought that they could, do this without any harm. And letters were sent, and they were stopped. The lock shop in UK, London, was a little more difficult because, to try to get over in Europe to honor, a U.S. patent is a little more formidable. But they honored it and they stopped making it. So that's how all that one happened.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, and I mean, I know patents aren't cheap, so good for you to go through and get all of that. And that's great. So we have some questions coming in here, Wes, if you don't mind me
Go right ahead.
Sending them to you. This one's from Pouncer Mend. Is there any features on the Lock Caddy that we may not know about? I put my locks in mine, but is there any hidden little things that we may not know about?
Yeah, as a matter of fact, one feature that I did put in today's videos for the Cradle, which is a single station Lock Caddy, is that in the conventional version, most key and knob and lever cylinders are what I call cap and pin, kind of like a Schlage. You press the pin, you unscrew the cap type of a thing. But there are a lot of people who make knob cylinders who have like either a C-clip or an E-clip holding the barrel and housing together. And this is a great feature to hold that knob cylinder, whatever, so you can get the C-clip off, like something similar like a quickset tool or something, without breaking the C-clip or bending it or whatever. So I just kind of learned that today, as far as the feature is that nobody would know about it other than my big mouth telling you that, yeah, you can do that, thing, right away. But there are a number of people who are getting their hands on my tools, and they're using it for a lot of different. The only cylinder I have not really been able to include into Lock Caddy would be a Corbin master ring cylinder, which is a really big diameter cylinder. Okay, so great question, but just by that alone, if you're trying to put, take off that C-clip or E-clip off a knob cylinder, again, to go from where you're working to a vise or something, my tools prevent that from happening. You can stay at your workbench or stay in your truck and take that C-clip without it go bing and flying off onto the floor, and you don't know where it goes. Great question.
Now, Wes, so I know this has come up a few times, and it'd be fun just to kind of talk about it for a moment. But some people are going to push back that they are 3D printed. Have you found at all of that being I mean, I know you hinted on it earlier that it's partly due to price. Yep. But have you really found any of those type of criticisms about having it be 3D printed to be true? Or do you think that 3D print has been holding up fine since you started?
Well, the only concern And it really depends upon who's the 3D printer. Okay, the people that work for me on doing this do hundreds and hundreds of pieces every day, 3D wise. Okay, now what we do for quality control, which you guys would not see, would be that there is a time when you heat the 3D material, what comes out kind of like a mayonnaise type of thing, and it goes back and forth. There can be warpage, meaning there would be a bow on that. Okay, so what happens is when the printer is done, here's a secret: we take a bag of sand and we lay it on top of the Lock Caddy. So as it's cooling, it lies flat on this steel plate. So it takes away any kind of warpage or rocking or whatever. Okay. So I'm going to say to you that quality-wise, 3D printing is plenty adequate. Okay. Especially, if I made this tool and it cost you $1,000, the everyday locksmith dealer probably wouldn't buy it. Okay. Sure. So if you look at, not to pick on the Allegiance and the Asa Ebloys and the, Kaba Best people, if you look at their tools that do only half of what mine do, they're probably every bit of $800 to $900. Okay. Who wants to pay that kind of money for, those features or whatever, when this is, right there ready to go for $69.95.
Yeah, and the material is ABS, right?
Correct. Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
Yeah. Great question.
Well, Wes, very cool. Well, hey, I appreciate you coming on. I'm excited. I'm going to be shooting some videos and releasing some videos of one of your newest tools that you have out. And I'm excited to do that. And I appreciate you making the tools and our relationship and you coming on live today.
Great. Glad to take time with you guys. Appreciate it. And I'm telling you, CLKsupplies, great company, has inventory. Take advantage of that.
Very cool, Wes. Thank you.
Sure.
We'll talk soon. Take care.
See you guys.
All right. Well, how cool is that? It was great having Wes on and seeing the prototypes. It's fun to see like how it started to where it is. And man, I really appreciated him coming on here. So let's go ahead and dive into the rest of the show. So let's move up here to the posts of the week, really. Let's see what we're cooking in the oven here. Okay, first one up is from Matt K. It looks like it says, thank you, CLK, for the Lockboss swag and fruit snack. Very cool, Matt. Thank you for sending that in. Hopefully you'll be able to put that tank top and koozie to good use before it starts getting cold. Unless you're in a place that's warm, then all the better. All right, let's see what we got next. All right, so this post was tell us your go-to tool in the comments. A tool that you could never live without. Now, I tell you what, if you haven't looked at the comments, we posted this at a few different places, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. This one's from Instagram here. We're going to check out some of the comments stuff. They're pretty good. We got Moss Man saying key gauges. We have the Nut Ginger saying shims. Shadow Locksmith saying hard to choose. Screwdriver, multi-tool, key gauge, tweezers. Definitely get it. Derek Mercer says letterbox tool. I don't know why I can't say that all of a sudden, but I couldn't. But how cool is that? Yeah, that's a great question. I think for me to answer it, it would be like, what am I doing, right? What type of work am I doing? Because there's always that tool or two that you need depending on what you're doing. But I tell you what, I like seeing the big bro in there. I'm a big fan of the big bro. It's a good tool. But all right, let's keep it going. All right, this one comes in from Summit Lock and Key. And it looks like I clipped off what he said, unfortunately. Or no, there it is. all systems go from Summit Lock and Key. I tell you what, that's a beautiful sight. You know, I'm seeing a very good looking bench there. It looks like it's in the back of a van. We got the Futura Edge and Lab Super Wedge. You can see the Futura Edge there is bolted down. Good work on that. And Summit Lock and Key, you know, thank you so much for your support. And man, I hope that setup turns out really well for you. And I tell you what, you have one thing missing in this picture, okay? And that's a pinning mat. I don't see a pinning mat sitting there. And we're going to be having our new mat coming out in, I don't know, probably a couple months still. I would love to send you a free one to put there if you'd like. So if you'd want one, Summit, go ahead and just email us, sales@CLKsupplies.com, and I'd love to hook you up with that. Thank you again for the support on buying the equipment. Very cool. All right, let's keep moving it on here. Comment of the week. Let's see what we're cooking with. All right, this is from Neil Wilson. Julio kind of has a young clone, has a young Colonel Sanders vibe going on there. Nice odd tech, make short work. Bloopers are awesome. But yeah, you know what? I definitely see it. I see it. But I tell you what, and I agree, the bloopers on that video were worth the payroll cost, okay, to do it. But no, I tell you what, that's those bloopers. I mean, I love bloopers that make me laugh, and those ones definitely, especially the key in the ignition, right? I was talking about earlier. Going to program a key without it, and I know Megan's probably watching right now, so Megan, good job, okay. But good stuff, man. Those videos are fun. Those videos are fun. All right, let's move on here. All right, here we are, giveaway winners. Let's go over the rules, make sure we're all on the same page, and let's give away some stuff. Here we go. What to do if you win. You're going to want to email us your shipping info to sales@CLKsupplies.com or call us at 800-848-6989, and we'll send your gifts soon. How to win. Comment on our videos with the hashtag Lockboss. Winner will be chosen from the previous week's videos. And on top of that, no purchase is necessary. Okay, the work that you do working with locks and keys is important and matters. And we want to support you because, well, you guys are lock bosses, right? So keep up the good work out there serving the public near you. So with that being said, let's go ahead and announce this week's winners. A little drum roll going here. Winner number one is HRO 789. HRO 789. Congratulations. Here we go. Winner number two this week is Carl Lewis. Carl, congratulations. I think I saw you in the chat here earlier. I think you're on live. So congratulations to you. Very cool. Winner number three this week is EJ Walsh. EJ, congratulations. Winner number four this week is Lowell Forbes. I think I said that right, hopefully. Lowell Forbes, congratulations. And last but not least, winner number five this week is Joe Picks Locksport. Joe Picks Locksport, congratulations. Like always, when you win, go ahead and send us pictures. We love to show everyone what you got, and we can all have a little fun together with it. And lastly, we have a few days left here with the Leashy on Earth hat. Get it for free on any order over $333, or you can purchase it if you would like. So, everybody, that's what we have this week. Good stuff. See some of the comments in here. Pretty funny about Julio. The Locksmith Live Chat, what's up, man? He says, tell Julio he needs to cut some keys. They don't magically appear already cut. So true. Oh my gosh, that's good stuff. Well, hey, everybody, I tell you what, thank you again for your support. we're over here having another record month, and we know that's not the case for everybody everywhere. And so we're just really thankful for you all, and I hope all of you have a great Tuesday. And I tell you what, make sure you tune in next week, all right? Because next week's live is going to be different. And of course, that's all I'm going to tell you. So you're going to have to tune in next week and see what we got cooking in the oven. All right, everybody, have a wonderful evening. We'll see you in the videos this week. Take care.